Good morning dear students, welcome to the online classes. Today in the 9th standard syllabus, in the previous classes, that is in natural resources, we have learned what is the meaning of natural resource, and also we have learned about the that is renewable and also non-renewable resources. So today's section, let us now learn about the conservation of resources and also reducing the ecological footprint and what are the steps to reduce the ecological footprint. So some important descriptive note and also some important images are regarding this session. Conservation of natural resources. The rapid increase in resource use and their degradation result in serious problems to the mankind. We may not get pure water to drink, clean air to breathe, many resources may be exhausted. The biodiversity may decline and the earth itself may become a vast dump. How to address this issue? It can be done through conservation of resources. Conservation of natural resources means not to waste them but use them judiciously so that there is a balance between nature and our use of natural resource. Conservation has been defined as the management of the biosphere for the benefit of all life including humankind so that it may yield substantial benefit to the present generation while maintaining its potential to meet the needs and aspirations of the future generations. Conservation of resources is the responsibility of all of us. How can we do it? You can do it by adopting the 4G strategy: reduce, reuse, recharge or regenerate. And research. Let us understand in short the meaning of these options. Reduce. Reduce refers to minimizing the use of resources and their wastage or trying to use less amount of any resource. It will also reduce pollution. For example, you can reduce air pollution by reducing the use of your vehicles. Reuse. This is a very simple but effective way to conserve resources. Every resource has not only alternative uses but can be used multiple times. For example, the water that was used for bathing can be used for gardening. Waste paper can be converted into packaging material. So next is recharge and regenerate. This refers to making steps to allow the resource to grow through conscious human efforts. All rainwater harvesting efforts recharge groundwater, afforestation, recharges tree stock and the biodiversity. Research. Researching ways to find renewable alternatives to non-renewable resources. Solar or wind energy is a renewable alternative to the energy we use. Here is a checklist of some things we can do to conserve the resource. Purchase less stuff, use items as long as you can. Ask yourself if you really need something new. Reduce excess packaging, for example, drink water from the tap instead of buying it in plastic bottle. Recycle materials like metal can, old cell phones and plastic bottle. Purchase product made from recycled materials. Keep air and water clean by not polluting the environment. Plant new trees to replace ones that we cut down. Drive lesser, take public transportation, bicycle or walk. Conserve energy at home, for example, turning off lights when not needed. The conservation aspect has been realized by all countries which have adopted the principle of sustainable development that seeks to achieve development in such a manner that the resources and environmental quality are conserved for use by future generations also. Let us go to the next topic, that is ecological footprint. Given the limited resources of the planet Earth, how much pressure is the mankind putting on it? Is there any way to measure the overall impact of human activity on the Earth's environment? The World Wildlife Fund, WWF, has devised a measure called as the ecological footprint, which gives us an idea about the extent of consumption or resources and waste generation by a country or by an individual in a country. The indicator is an estimate of the amount of space on the earth that the individual uses in order to survive using existing technology. The space includes the biologically productive land and water area that produces the resources consumed by that individual, such as food, water, energy, clothing and building material. It also includes the amount of land and water required to assimilate the waste generated by the person. In other words, the ecological footprint measures a personal demand on the biocapacity of the earth. WWF defines a country's ecological footprint as the sum of all the cropland, grazing land, forest and fishing ground required to produce the food, fiber and timber it consumes, to absorb the waste emitted when it uses energy, and to provide space for infrastructure. WWF in its Living Planet report of 2014 found that in 2010 the global ecological footprint was 18.1 billion global hectares GHA, or 2.6 GHA per global 2.6 GHA per capita. Earth's total biocapacity was 12 billion GHA, or 1.7 GHA per capita. This means that the Earth's people needed 18 billion hectares of productive land in order to provide each and every person with the resource they required to support their lifestyle and to absorb the waste they produced. With only 12 billion global hectares available, it means that in 2010 people used about 50% more natural resource than the planet could regenerate. That is 1.5 planets if we continue living in the same way. We have lived until now. We will exceed the Earth's power of regeneration, and in a few decades' time we will need 5 planet Earths power of regeneration, and in a few decades time we will need 5 planet Earths in order to survive. However, that is not possible. So what can we do? Thus it gives a clear message to change the way we live and consume resource. Each one of us has ecological footprint and contribute to the enlarging of total footprint. Therefore, if the size of the ecological footprint is to be reduced, we have to make the beginning individually. Unless we start being aware of our own ecological footprint and do something about it, we cannot expect someone else to do that for us. The most important thing is to raise awareness about the issue, starting from ourselves and spreading the information to our closest one. You will have a bigger influence on them than anyone or anything. For example, if you start recycling and tell your family why you are doing that, they will start recycling too, and spread the news to the neighbors and other family members. It's a small and simple step to begin with, but yet it can make a big difference and contribute a lot to reduction of ecological footprint. What can you do to reduce your ecological footprint? Buy organic food or locally grown produce. Have a kitchen garden. By doing this, you cut down on pollution from shipping, fertilizers, packaging, etc., and your food is fresher. Bring your own bags to the store, canvas or reuse plastic or paper. Buy and eat fewer processed foods. Processed foods have been frozen, canned or packaged before coming to your table. Instead of drinking a juice box, eat a piece of fruit. Instead of eat less meat and dairy. You can get protein from other sources too. Eat at home instead of ordering out. So energy or electricity, put off all lights when not in use. Turn the air conditioner and heater off at night. Get outside. Outside activities are fun and take less energy. Keep doors and windows shut when heating or cooling the house or car. Transportation. Walk or ride your bicycle to school. Take public transportation. Carpool when where you are going is too far to walk. Creating less waste. Buy products with the least amount of packaging possible, but buy in bulk or in big boxes rather than in individually wrapped containers. Ask for no bag when you buy something you can carry without one. Recycle as much as possible and purchase recycled products where you can. Mend things that are broken, don't throw them away. Donate old items to someone who can use them. Buy items that can be used over and over, not disposable. Reuse water bottles and recycle them too. Water, turn off the tap while brushing your teeth. Don't pour toxics down storm drains. Run only full loads in your dishwasher or washing machine. Put a brick in your toilet tank. It saves thousands of liters of water a year. Use Indian type squatting toilets more. Community, if you take community, educate people in the community about their ecological footprint and what they can do to make it smaller. Join a group that works to make local rivers and streams healthier. Get involved with a recycling program. Do an energy audit of your school and see how it can save money and electricity. Try calculating your school's ecological footprint and get classes to work together. More information is available at www.myfootprint.org organization. Thus, with simple steps, we can make a big difference to conservation of resources and reducing our pressure to the environment, because Mahatma Gandhi also said, be the change you want to see in others. Earth has enough to meet everybody's needs but not greed. So it's said by Mahatma Gandhi ji. This was the important points regarding conservation of resources and reducing our ecological footprint. Thank you for watching.